Volksbanken, Raiffeisenbanken in Germany made it a priority to appeal more to the younger generation, especially Gen Z, as they feel that there's a big gap between what the decision makers at BVR think and what young people want. So that's why they created the NextGen consultancy Neonblau to bring young voices to the conversation and to help guide their decisions. Unfortunately, Alena, the project manager of Neonblau at BVR, is not able to join us today, but we are pleased to introduce Moritz and Markus from Neonblau, who will give us insight into their strategy and explain more about their goals and structure. So, dear Moritz and Markus, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Brigitte. Yeah, hello, everyone. Markus will share the presentation. But before we start, we introduce ourselves. I'm Moritz. I'm 23 years old. I'm working in a cooperative bank in Bavaria, in Würzburg, for all German participants who know that. And I'm a member of Neon. Here's Neonblau, but Brigitte said Neonblau, so I'll call it Neonblau. That's the German version. I'm a member of Neonblau since day one, and yeah, that's myself. I will do the second part of the presentation, where the topics are more the specific Neonblau themes like structure and projects. Markus will do the general things. So, Markus, you're muted.
Should unmute at the first point. First of all, thanks a lot for the opportunity today to speak to you. It's a great honor. I think it's a personal record, maybe not in number of people, but in area crossed of information. So I'm really happy it's possible. My name is Markus. I work in business development in Berlin for the Volksbank in Berlin. And actually, I'm not part from the beginning at Neonblau. I joined just this year. And over the past few years, I had a lot of possibilities within the Volksbanken world, so within the bank of cooperative banking in Germany, to be part of strategic projects, be part of projects focusing on customer experience on the one side and on cultural stuff for the employees on the other side. And so I would say I'm part of a generation that really still holds up the idea of cooperative banking and still is committed, but we are still fully aware that just like having business as usual won't be enough to keep the idea of cooperative banking alive and well and relevant in the decades to come. And that's where Neonblau or Neonblau, as an old name, comes on the field. But before we are talking about why, what Neonblau is, let's take a step back and talk about why Neonblau was created in the first place and what the challenges are that it is supposed to face and how it's doing that. And we'll start with a short but maybe provocative little video. I'm going to start, I hope I'm going to start sharing again so you can hear the sound. I'm going to share. So what are we trying to provocatively tell the audience with this video? It's like we believe that the cooperative model is a really powerful idea. At the same time, it is an idea that is at risk, and in its core, it's like this beautiful like participation, solidarity, long-term responsibility, and it has been for generations an element bringing stability, creating trust, and especially in local communities. But today, the model is under pressure, not necessarily because it isn't valuable enough anymore, but because the world around us, it is changing so rapidly, so fast. So we have to come up with new ideas to keep the relevance in cooperative banking. And especially in Germany, we have at the core of challenges we're facing, most of them, at least in part, are in demographic nature. So if we're looking at customers in many regions, especially in the rural regions of Germany, our customer base is aging. Younger people often turn to the providers that are considered more digital. We have a decline in membership overall, so our membership, not only in a specific age group, but overall is declining. The average age is increasing, considering customers and considering employees on the same level, meaning recruiting is becoming even more difficult. So we have in like all people-based relations difficulties facing the demographic change that is present in all branches in Germany, but especially in banking because of a variation of reasons. And we're saying, stop that for the cooperative model, because we don't want to be the generation being responsible for letting this idea go and making not enough effort to get this idea into irrelevance. And that's why a lot of measures have been taken in the past. A lot of projects in marketing regarding campaigns, but also regarding products and regarding branding. A lot of effort has been made, and one of the essential efforts that we just started, like I think it's a year ago. I haven't been with Neonblau from the start, but I'd say it's fairly a year now, is Neonblau. And at the heart, Neonblau is facing a general problem in business regarding young people. That is, the decision makers aren't part of the peer group. And that is what Neonblau is trying to challenge, like not only talk about young people and instead talking with young people and actually going one step further and making young people a part of the decision-making progress is really what is Neonblau all about. So like many others, and especially in the branch of Volksbanken, Raiffeisenbanken, this gap of decision makers and peer group and people we want to make banking for is just supposed to make a step into closing this gap and getting young people involved in the decision-making progress. So before we are getting to the next part, talking about what Neonblau is and how it's built and how we operate, just let's have a look at another short video.
Neonblau, the next generation consultancy of the Volksbanken Raiffeisenbanken.
Maybe I'm not the only one which just stopped. I think it's buffering. Just give me a second.
Und das war auch erst das Ende von dem Video, Markus, oder?
So with that vibe in mind, I'm happy to hand the mic over to my colleague Moritz, just having a look at how we operate and what Neonblau does and how we are built.
Thank you, Marcus. Next slide, please.
And so forth.
Yes. So, yeah, thank you. Beside the fact that Neonblau is made to not talk about the next gen, to talk with them, we have these, or the BVR said that there are these other advantages for the entire group in Germany by making Neonblau big. So as Marcus said, ensuring that the measures fit the target group. So I'll come to this later, but what does that mean is what it means is that if some, or if anyone wants to do a marketing campaign and for young people, and then they can give it to us and we can say, yeah, it's good or not. So there's still something to do that makes it fit better to the target group. And yeah, it also is good for the brand of the Volksbanken, Raiffeisenbanken to make the brand younger. And yeah, exactly. That's one thing. And the other things are more, gaining more attractiveness, awareness by the younger people, next generation. We do not focus on Gen Z. Now we are the next generation, but in 20 years, it's not Generation Z, it's generation, I don't know, it's an alpha, or I think from this year on, it's beta, I don't know. So we're focusing on next gen, and this is our goal. And Marcus, you can, thank you. I talked about gaining more awareness. So they need to make, they needed to make Neonblau, or to get awareness for Neonblau. So how did they do this? By social media, just basic social media, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. You can see it here, cooperating with influencers, saying, hey, I'm there, Neonblau is going to happen. Want to create the banking of tomorrow, just join us. This was very short messages designed by, or in younger style, and this was how they wanted to get awareness for Neonblau, to gain as much participants as possible, because the goal was to get a group of 50 people, half of from within the banking sector and half of us from should be people who have nothing to deal with banking. And so they need to get to everyone, to reach all target groups. So this was the way. And then, please, next slide. And then it happened in February 2023. No, 24. We had our offsite in Cologne in Germany. You can see them pictures from there. And these pictures give really cool insights into how this weekend was. It was from Friday to Saturday. Friday was more of getting together, getting in touch, getting to know each other, and some first brainstorming. And then the second day was really full of work. It was the entire day with some breaks for food, but the main day was just working on in our groups. Which groups that was, I will say later. And we had our tasks to do, and we had to brainstorm. We discussed. We discussed really much and really intense. So it was really interesting. It was a cool flow. It was. I can really describe it. It was, you need to feel it. It was really something different. So in the first in the first hours, you realized, okay, this is different than other projects, and this was really cool. The location was super cool, and it was really getting like the name offsite and just could focus on our tasks and had could take away our glasses from our bank glasses. Yeah, this was really a cool experience, and it was the kickoff for everything that followed till today. And if you could show the next slide, Marcus. Yeah, this was the results. So yeah, this was the entire group. We were 50 people, and I said they wanted to get some applications for 50 places. So they got over 500 applications. And so their strategy worked. Yeah, right emoji. It was wide range of people there from every branch. There were people like students, employers, freelancers, whatever, even though people from England, German students from England came to Cologne to create the banking of tomorrow on this weekend. So this was the results. We had, I think it was a booklet with over 80 ideas after this weekend. I don't know, Alena should know it. It was over 80 ideas from every group. We had 5 groups. I think next slide will show them. And we had a lot of ideas. The picture in the middle was drawn live by a woman while we were talking and presenting. She drawn it live. This was also cool to see because she had to listen, didn't know what's coming next, and put it into a picture. So, and this is you can see this picture in Berlin at the BVR. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So on this picture, you can see that Ms. Kolak was there, and some other people of the of our group came also on Sunday to Cologne to listen to our results. Yeah, this was really cool day. So, Marcus. Yeah, so I talked about 5 groups. So here you can see the 5 groups. It's like how the structure of Neonblau looks like. This structure was created on this weekend. We had a white sheet of paper and the task of my group, I'm in group 1 on the left side, organization and further development. Our task was to think about, okay, what can Neonblau be in the future? How can we support? What can we do, and how or where can we support the cooperative banks in their daily business? And this was one of the results. The groups, the themes of the groups were given by the BVR already before the offsite, before the start, and we could apply in one group. And if we had luck, we came into this group. I had the luck to come into the group where I wanted to. So you can see that we are 12 members in each group. 50% or 6 people are internal, so from the group, and 6 are from external, like students, employees in other companies, no banks and no rivals. Yeah, this is our group. The task of our group, I will come later. There is a better slide to show them. We have then the next group, cooperative idea and community. The sort task of this group is to get the cooperative idea fit to Gen Z, if you want to say like that. Banking experience is the group of Marcus is in the group of banking experience, so he will tell you about this group later, because he's way more into this group than I could ever be. We have the 4th group, financial education, and the 5th group, sustainability. And we have the BVR coach Alena. She's not here today. She's on an even more important presentation. Yeah, but she's our coach and our contact person at the BVR. So when we need something, we contact her. Yes. Every group has one. Please, der one. Wobei, wir können auch da bleiben, Markus. Yeah. Every group has one so-called CEO. This is just a combination of, this was not my idea, but came from my group. It is a combination of Generation Z and executive officer. So this is the meaning of the word CEO. It's like a lead of the group, but less a leader, more an organizer. So it's more the tasks to give everyone the tasks, less than to lead the group in form of being the boss. So this is not the way how we work. It's more self-organized. So now we can go to the next slide, please. Yes, and every group has a so-called supporter board. It was something that was established after the offsite. It was an idea of the BVR, and the idea of this is, okay, we are a big group with several companies, several strengths, and we have the contacts to give Neonblau what we need to be successful. So the supporter board is filled with people who can help each group. So I don't know, we, for example, have in our supporter board, there's for Kola herself, because our group has more organizational tasks and more tasks in general themes, less than in specific topics. So we need a more general we need more general partners. So we have more people who can give us resources or in contacts in the group that help us. I don't know, Marcus can maybe you can say who your supporters are to give it a better feeling how it works in daily business. We can't hear you.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna add, like, it is kind of specific to what kind of task you're like working on, but it is like a rather high level of management partners that are involved in these supporter boards, and that's what I think really gives like Neonblau the drive that it needs, because you feel, while being self-organized and being a young group of people, you feel that you have the backing of those supporters that are on a high level in management. And, you know, from other people, when they are in their projects, when they think they finished their projects and one of our supporter looks at it and sees, oh, Neonblau hasn't looked at it, they know, oh, you are not finished, you have to go talk to Neonblau. And that's what really makes like our task special, because, you know, it's not just, hey, Neonblau, young people, you can go organize yourself and make something and nobody will look at it. It really is backed by those supporters, by those people in high management positions, demanding other people in the group to talk to us, to be involved with Neonblau. So that's really what makes it special.
I think with this information, you can go to the next slide. Yes. Exactly. Markus, kannst du mal kurz gucken? Ich dachte, da kommt noch eine Folie, wo drin steht, welche Gruppe an was arbeitet, oder ist es dann die nächste Folie? Ah ja, okay. Ja gut, dann passt. Ich dachte irgendwie, die wäre vielleicht rausgeflogen, aber dann geh ruhig zurück auf die andere. Das passt schon. Yeah, okay. So this is the roadmap of Neonblau. So as I said, we started in 2024 with 60 members. We got 10 new members after the offsite because we saw, okay, we need more resources to work efficiently. And it was the year 2024 was really, I think I would call it annoying, because we wanted to, but we couldn't do anything because there was no infrastructure. And I think this thing or Neonblau got bigger than even the BVR thought that it could be. I think Elena would agree to this. And that meant that we had a lot of organizational stuff, like contracts, digital infrastructure, licenses, etc. So we had some first advisory activities, as it is written there, but we couldn't do really effective or couldn't deliver some results. It became better to the end of the year, but the year was really hard. In 2025, now it's really bad. It's much more better. We have Teams, Outlook, etc. We have the digital infrastructure. The contract team is also nearly done, and we can work. We get more requests from banks, so more advisory projects. And for this year, it's planned that the themes that we can advise, the areas in which we can advise, should be expanded. But there's honestly nothing happened in this direction until today. But I think it's coming the second half of the year. And the next or third stage is in next year, we should get, or we should be integrated in the committee structures with official voting and veto rights. So we're directly involved in the process in the group, and can influence the direction where the group is moving to. I think this is really good chance, even for us and for the group. And parallel to this, we expanded ourselves into the regional sector, more to the regional associations with we call it Neonblau regional, having a deeper exchange format with the regional associations. And this makes the communication with the local banks even more easier for us, and it gives us the chance to hear directly where the needs are from the regional banks, and not just think in our bubble what could be good, so that we hear what are the measures, and what are the themes that are making the regional banks trouble. So we can go to the next slide, and there we can see once more the big picture, what was created in this weekend, and in front of it we see our 5 groups and the tasks they are working on. So as I said, I'm in team Neonblau. On the very left side, it's team 1. We do more organizational stuff. We do like the HR stuff. We are establishing processes. We creating the website, making our social media presence. For now, it's just LinkedIn, but we want to go on TikTok and maybe Instagram. And we did this Neonblau regional theme, having the contact to the regional associations, and also made our contract for our Neonblau members, so that we can official advise the BVR and the banks. So our group's doing more the organizational stuff that the other groups can work, and the other groups work on like team community, as I said, on the cooperative idea, making this group or this idea fit to our generation or to the next generation. In the first step, they are here looking on the to integrate the membership as an or the membership in the in the banking app, so that everyone has the membership on this phone, because this is the biggest touch point with the next generation, and they are further developing the cashback program Mine Plus. What this group is mainly doing at the moment. To the projects overall, it must be said that these projects are given by the BVR. So these are results from the offsite, and we gave it to the BVR, and the BVR now gives it back. And yeah, this is where the projects mainly come from. And now Marcus will present his group.
Yes, thanks a lot. We're in the team banking experience. I'm starting like the initial task was worded like, please create a concept for branches, like a design concept and a functional concept to make the branches, the stationary, the places, physical branching more appealing to Gen Z. And we are doing that, but we said, hey guys, stop. If you think we can just like throw some design elements into a room, and then you think young people are going to come into that room and listen to what their banking consultant has to say, it's not going to work like that. And we asked to reframe our task to include the app experience, the website experience, and overall the consultant experience and the service experience young people are going to receive within those rooms. So that's it. I think it nicely displays that, of course, the group is saying, hey, these are the topics that we want to focus right now. Please support us within that topic. But in the end, because we know what needs there are and what could be efficient within the peer group, and what might be failing if not done like in its entirety, we have the chance to reform our task and say, hey, okay, we are going to face that, but we will need to cover this and this next to it. And that is why just from branch experience, we made banking experience, because of course we know banking products aren't things you can touch, you can smell it, you can taste it, and we are going to try making banking experienceable. And that is a hard challenge. That was a hard challenge in the past, and it most possibly will be in the future, but we are really optimistic that we can face it, and the tools that we have today are a lot more efficient in trying new ideas, and that's what we are going to try with banking experience.
Thank you. Fourth team is financial education. To this group, I can't say really much, because today on this other presentation where also Alena is, they are presenting their big results. Honestly, I don't know more than they are working on an app. And first, the task was to develop a content strategy and channel strategy. And the result of this strategy was an app, or is an app that they created, and they are presenting it today. And they made a big mystery out of it. So even I don't know how exactly it will look like. But the main slogan of this group is, okay, there's only one partner for financial education, and it's us, the cooperative banks. And this is the slogan of the group, and that financial education is not just one theme of others. It's like even the chance to create your life better, having the knowledge of financial or finances as a whole is a better chance for social wealth for everyone. And maybe we can prepare some things that maybe some other institutions cannot do or won't do at the moment in their education program. So this is the task of this group. And last but not least, we have sustainability for sure. And this group, develops guidelines for sustainable leadership and developing ideas how to make daily leadership in banks more sustainable. And one of the tools to do this is a score they're working on, and they're developing some guidelines to this theme as well. Beside this theme or these themes, we are in bigger projects or in other presentations involved, like the trend assessment from from our group. We have some pitches on different events, like the BWT, which is today, is strategy hubs. There are a lot of meetings, and we're getting involved even more and more into such events, and got in touch with a wide range of banks and partners in the group now. This is just a few meetings there. You can see it on this slide, and we have some more coming. Just than this, Okay, so this was us. This was Neonblau. You can follow us on LinkedIn if you want to. The content is honestly mostly in German, but maybe if we have enough non-German speaking followers, we will do some more English stuff. I don't know, but maybe. So who wants to get more information about us can follow us on LinkedIn and stay up to date, or you can contact us by mail. There we will sure answer in English. The email you can see here, and the Neonblau LinkedIn you can easily find on LinkedIn just by writing Neonblau. So I think we needed a little bit longer than 33 minutes, Brigitte.
So good.
Sorry for this. And now we're listening to your questions.
First of all, thank you, Moritz and Markus, for this very informative presentation, very detailed, and I find it personally very interesting. I wrote at least 10 questions down, but I will let first our members ask some questions. So does anybody have a question? You can also raise your hand, or you can also write it in the chat. Or would you like to give some feedback? Fatima.
Yes, hello again. Before asking anything, I would like first to really thank Moritz and Markus for their brilliant and very inspiring presentation. It's truly exciting to see how you bring some freshness, energy and fresh energy to the cooperative banking. And I am really impressed by how it is organized, how the framework is settled down, and how the small groups are formed, and everything was it seems at least very well thinked to integrate this new generation in the strategic reflection. But at least I think that all this idea come up with some new product or new processes, or something that is really meaningful for the company. So if I may, I would love to ask you, what has the most surprised or moved you in the ideas brought forward by these young participants in Neonblau? That's right. And how has it shifted your own perspective on the future of cooperative banking that perhaps for now, it perhaps perceived as something outdated organization only for senior or old people, as you have shown in the first video. And thank you. This is my question.
Thanks a lot for the question, and thanks a lot for the feedback. It really helps a lot, and for the good feedback a lot. And I think the most surprising products of our Neonblau experience always comes from the people out of the banking world, like the people who are not really experienced in working in the banks, and they really bring new perspectives into all of these tasks, and they really bring a lot of honesty. Like myself, I've been working in banking for the last 10 years, and I am a member of Gen Z, but I see if I talk to those people, those members of the group, sometimes they really have a different perspective on things and like bring another kind of honesty. We were talking about in my group, what can we do to make the branches more attractive for young people, and they really went like a step back, and you can said like, you can do a lot, but I just don't want to go there because it's not made for me, and I do all my stuff on the phone and stuff like that. So they give you the perspective, you just don't have to make the old stuff a little more like pack it in a different design and throw some young looking people in on fancy pictures and make presentations. You really have to think banking in a different way and think cooperative banking in a different way. Another surprising fact was like, we are talking about the core of cooperative banking, like the idea of membership and stuff. And we often make the mistake to say, oh, the young people just don't understand this idea enough, or they just don't know enough about it. But a lot of young people say, well, that's not entirely true. We do understand it, but at the moment, the way you're presenting it and the way that I see what I earn from this membership, I think it's a good way. I think it's a nice idea, but it's not what drives my decision to change my banking address and get my account to transferred to a Volksbank. And I think those are the perspectives, coming back to your question, that really are surprising in the first moment, but really important to have these perspectives and facing it, and don't like say, oh no, but we want to just pack it in a different way. So we know, okay, we have a really big task, we have big challenges, and we need to address them with big ideas.
There's nothing to add to this, just one little thing to this. The one picture I like to draw in this theme is just that these people that are not from the banking group, they don't wear this, like I call it, the cooperative banking glasses like we do. It doesn't matter how old we are. I'm 23. I think I'm a bit younger than Marcus. And even I have these glasses on because I'm working in a cooperative bank for 7 years now, and I don't know something else than this world. So I surely wear these glasses too, and they do not. This is very worth a lot in our work.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your deep answers.
Welcome.
I think we have another question, Chantal.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I also work in marketing. I work at the Z Bank, and I also make social media content in cooperation with MasterCard. And I got very curious when I saw that you also work with Bausparkasse Schwäbisch Hall with Wonies. Would it be possible to get feedback from you when we want to publish social media content? Because that's our target group, obviously. So I would love to get some feedback. And
yes, it's possible. So we are offering so-called soundings. So we call it soundings, and we did this with the Wonies. I was in the group who sounded it. So you can write a mail to info@Neonblau, and then we can connect, and we can do this. It's possible.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have a question?
This is an offer for everyone here who wants to get sounded something. I don't know what it is like with cooperative banks outside of Germany, but if you have some themes you want to talk with us about or get things sounded by us, you can write a formless mail to info@Neonblau, and we will answer you, or we'll find a way to help you or advise you or talk with you about your theme.
Moritz and Markus, is this okay if I share also your email addresses after this meeting in the, when I send the presentation, so people can get in contact with you in case they would like to have a feedback or want to exchange with you?
Sure.
Of course.
Great, thank you.
Also, we would be interested in feedback. This must be said.
Is there any other question or feedback?
So far, you are only English or German speakers, or you are also open to other languages like French or maybe Arabic?
I don't know if we have some French or Arabic native speakers in our rows, but at the moment
yes, in Africa, I'm speaking on behalf of our group, which is mainly represented in North Africa and some sub-Saharan countries. So yeah.
Yeah, at the moment we do mainly in German. This is, I think, the first experience today where Neonblau goes international in English. And I don't know what's coming in the future, but for now it's mainly German. Or English since today.
Okay, we wish you plenty of success. And also maybe diversification in terms of languages. It can remove a lot of barriers between communities. And maybe we can do business also.
We'll talk to Alina.
I think there's another question, Sarah?
Yeah, I have a question. So I work at DZ Bank as well, and I was wondering, is it possible to join you guys, or is it just an offer for Volksbanken, Raiffeisenbanken?
No, we have people from the DZ Bank in our rows. We have also people from Easy Credit or Teambank or Bausparkasse. It's more the important question if we have some open positions in our rows because we have.
So we need to apply.
Yeah, but for now we have till now we have no website, and the plan is that we have, or to the end of the year we have a website, and there you can see if we have open positions, and then you can apply. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I have a quick question, or I don't know if it's quick, but before we close, because I'm dying to ask this question or these questions. So Moritz and Markus, you were talking about your, I don't know how you call it, this brainstorming event you had in Cologne. So first I wanted to know, how come there were so many applications to join this meeting? And how did you pick the participants? And then my third question would be, what motivates you to be involved in this project? what do you get out of it?
I try to answer this question by question. Okay, so this event, the first event was called Offsite event. This was the name of this event, and honestly, I don't know how they got so many applications. This is a question you need to ask Alena, or maybe someone of the BVR is here and knows it, because I was an applicant myself. So I don't know, but I think it could, yeah, it could deal a lot with social media campaigns. They used social media corporations. Yeah.
Maybe
Marcus.
just one. I think one driver for the number of applications was really the state of like, you could feel from the beginning that it was really addressed for young people to get involved like in a decision-making process for the whole group. And I think it was a message that challenged, I think that a lot of young people and especially a lot of young employees within our group just really, it clicked with them because they do like working for their banks. They do love the idea of cooperative banking, but at the same time, they're like in this field of also feeling that a lot of their peers don't understand why we like it so much and why we are like a fan of cooperative banking. And having the opportunity to work on this is, I think, what really a lot of at least the people within the group, like the employees of other banks and my bank, that drove them into the application form.
Okay, so this was this question. How they selected the application, also a question, I don't know. So we just needed to fill out from where we are. So if we are from a bank or if we a student or whatever, and we needed to answer 2 questions, but I can't remember the questions, honestly. And I think they try to get a good average of everyone and every approach in the answering of the question. I think it was a mix of the hard facts, like if you are intern or external, and the quality of the answer. But I don't know the criteria. And what was the third question? I think it was 3 questions.
What motivated you to be involved?
Yeah.
You too.
Okay, ich würde anfangen, Markus. It's you can create something from scratch. So it was my group's task to develop something completely new, and now we developed it, but now we can improve it and make it better and work better and help our groups to help the banks. So this creating something new, and within this creating the banking of tomorrow. It's a big sentence, but in case it's what we do. And some other benefits like the network you get through the opportunities. This is also honestly a fact. So talking here today or being here today is something I could never imagine. Or this organization, honestly, something I've never heard before. And some of us are today speaking at the BWT, where our chancellor and vice chancellor is. So I think these are opportunities that you've never got if you would not join Neonblau. And this is it's a mix of creating something and also you gain something from it, and not just the good feedback, which is worth a lot, but also some better connections, networking experiences, opportunities. I think these are my main reasons.
Yeah, those are good reasons. I would second that, especially the networking part is like, it's rare for, at least in my experience, to meet so many different people from around the country who work on the same challenges that you are working in your regional bubble. So even for like the tasks that are not Neonblau related that I do in my main job, I do profit in just having a network of young people I can like challenge and discuss the topic, but of course also the network of the supporters and the assistants, and of course the thing I already explained of being a fan of cooperative ideas, but feeling the struggle that it has to change, at least in its box, in its design. And so that's why I applied in the first round, but my colleague from Berliner Volksbank got got the position. And when he said, "Oh, I have other projects," and something in his main job changed, I said, "Before you tell them, tell them the first thing you are going to tell them is you have someone to fill the position," because I really wanted to work in Neonblau, and I'm glad I can.
Just one sentence, because there was the question how to join us. As Marcus said, we had way much more applications than we needed, and the rest was left in a pool of applicants. And I think it's till today we fill these positions out of this pool. But if we have the opportunity to gain applications via our website, the plan is to set the pool to 0, just like in normal companies, then with applications and a regular process. And you need to be under 30. I don't know if I said that in the presentation. We do only accept applications from people under 30. And if you are 30, you'll be kicked out. That counts also for ourselves. So if I'm 30, very good laughs. If I'm 30, I need to leave. So that's essential to be sure that the target group or the members are still fitting to the target group.
Well, you still have some years, Moritz, to reach the 30, right?
Yeah, the initial plan was to do have the border at 27, but we successfully put it to 30, so I have 3 more years. I have 7 years, and yeah, but I have some years left, yes. But we have some members that are close to this border, yeah.
Well, if there's no more question for today, and I think we're already also over the 1 hour mark. If you have another question, we will share the email addresses after this meeting as well as the presentation, so you can reach out directly to Markus, Moritz, and Alena. So I will share also her email address. Thank you both so much for this, like Fatima said, this fresh energy, very interesting approach. Thanks again for sharing, and hope to see you again soon, maybe next year, to do a feedback session. Maybe things have developed in the meantime by then. Who knows?
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Have a
you,
great day, everyone.
You too. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.